Hello and welcome to week 13 of the pregnancy vlog. It seems to be going really quick now, and it doesn't seem like very long ago. Obviously in week 12 doesn't seem a week anyway. So it's going quickly, which is good, I suppose. So this week we are now officially in the second trimester, which is quite exciting, and symptoms not so bad. I don't know what I said last week about the sickness. Probably had started wearing off by this time last week, and because I probably had almost a week without actually being sick or even really feeling sick, and I didn't want to jinx it so much, but it hasn't gone completely. Like in the last 2 or 3 days I have been sick again twice, but it's not as bad as it was, and I don't have much nausea now, and like the 2 occasions I've felt sick, so I've had the nausea, but then I've actually been sick like quite quickly, and then it's just over with really, so it's not as bad. So I think it definitely is on the way out, and if it's just going to be occasionally, then fine, it's not too bad. And energy wise, I'm still really tired. Like now I'm knackered, but during the day I am feeling more energized. So like once I've woken up in the morning, it doesn't take me that long. I'm not a morning person. Not by any means, but once I'm awake, then I can like get on with stuff fairly early. I mean, I start work at 8 o'clock, so that's quite early. I have to get up, and because it takes almost half an hour to get there, so I have to drive over. So by the time I'm there, so 8 o'clock, I'm fine really. And then probably most of the days I've had energy till at least home time, but there have been like a couple of occasions where it's got back to like the 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm knackered again, but that's certainly improving as well. So I think from what I've read, that's supposed to be better in the second trimester, but then by the time you get into the third one, I mean, you're going to be quite big, because the baby's quite big by then, and then the tiredness comes back. So we'll see how that goes, but it's not too bad. What else? Oh, and I think my bump is starting to show a bit more now. Like, I think we've noticed it for quite a few weeks, because I'm quite a small framed person anyway, but I think now it's definitely more round and getting more bump like, and it is like, doesn't seem to be like constantly, but probably like early evening it starts and it feels quite hard, which is a bit weird and freaks Aiden out, which is quite funny. And I'm still getting like this sort of occasional muscle pulling, so like if I get up too quickly, or when you sneeze, it sounds weird. I mean, it's not exactly painful, it's just sort of uncomfortable, like a pulling, and I guess, because everything's stretching. So that's that. Still not felt any movement of the baby, but it is still early. I think if you've had previous pregnancies, by around 14 weeks you can start to feel the early movements, but with your first one, I think, the midwife told me it was sort of 16 weeks onwards, but then I've read a lot of first time mums, they don't feel anything till a bit later, sort of 18, 19 weeks. So I hope it's not going to be that long, because I do want to start feeling the baby. But we shall see. I sort of lie there at night like hoping I can feel something, so if I lie really still, then perhaps I might feel like a little fluttering, but there's nothing there. So we shall see. My boobs, I think, are on the move again.
Woohoo!
They've not been as sore as they were like the last week or so, but they have started aching a bit again, and I have noticed this morning particularly that because I'm wearing my new bra, which is the size up from my old size, that is looking a little bit fuller now, so I don't know how much longer that's gonna last before I have to go up another size, but that's quite exciting. I hope they don't like go away to nothing after the baby, but we'll have to wait and see. I am going to try and breastfeed. I don't know how I'm going to get on with it. Like, Aiden has no confidence in me at all.
I'm not going to near them.
Like, to be fair, I don't see me getting on that well with it either. But you never know. So I'm going to give it a good try and see what happens. I've started thinking about like nursery themes now. I did have like a theme all picked out, which I've had picked out for ages, like probably like
12.
no, probably about 2 years, and it was one of the Mamas and Papas themes, and it was gender neutral, and I thought, you know, it's quite pretty. We've always wanted to find out the gender of the baby, but I thought, you know, it's a nice neutral sort of colour for the nursery. I didn't want anything like too like bold and in your face, so it's too like, because the baby has to sleep in there, so you don't want anything too stimulating, but it should still be, you know, interesting. But I've changed my mind. So I'm really, really excited to find out the gender, and it seems such a long way away because you don't find out until the 20-week scan. You can tell the gender from like 16 weeks, but because we don't get a scan in the UK until your 20 weeks one, and then that's the last one. But they will tell you the gender then if they can find out. So unless you pay and have a private scan earlier, you don't get to find out until 20 weeks. So that will be when we find out, which should be the week before Christmas, which is quite a nice timing as well. But I'm really like anxious to find out, and I've like got some new themes picked out. Whether that will change or not by May, or whenever we start doing the nursery rather, I suppose well, early next year. Who knows? But at the moment, if it's a little boy, I want to do a nautical theme, because I've found like the most gorgeous stuff, like this nautical set. It's beautiful. And if it's a girl, at the moment it's a set called Sleepy Owls, and it's not like the sort of traditional pink. I've looked at some of like the pink fairies and flowers and things, and I am a pink girl myself, but I wasn't that keen on the ones I've seen. But the Sleepy Owls one I think is really cute. It's sort of like, I suppose, a beigey, light browny coloured background. Then it's got like a spotty stripe across it, and these little owls, and the little owls are like in pink and blue and stuff. Anyway, I'm probably making it sound crap, but it's actually quite cute. So that is what's on at the moment. I'm really, really excited about the nautical one. The owls one, I would need to do more research into it if it does turn out to be a little girl. But I think probably the nautical one will stick around. We have to clear out our spare room, which is not actually a spare room at the moment. That's where I've got all my stuff where I make the flowers. For like, because I have 2 jobs. The one where I actually work in the rental business, vans and cars. And then I have my flower business, so it's artificial flowers, and I make up the arrangements for weddings, and also hanging baskets and things. And we've just recently started a wholesale side of it. If you watch our daily vlogs, then there was, I think when was it? Tuesday of last week. I don't know what date that would have been. Tuesday of last week was when we got our shipment, our very first shipment of imported flowers. So that was quite exciting. So at the moment our spare room is full of all the flower stuff. So we will be moving all of that at some point. We'll go back to the unit where, because Aidan's dad owns it, and he's offered me some office space there. And it's where the van business is as well, so it's quite convenient. So we'll clear all that out at some point, and then we'll get ready for the nursery, but we've got plenty of time for that yet. We have, I've started, it's sort of like, you know, after you've had the 12-week scan, it's it just gets like so much more exciting. So I've started this baby blanket. Let me spread this bit out of it here. Obviously not that much at the moment, but it just we've got like the edging border, and then it'll follow like this square pattern. Well, you just repeat that until it's like long enough. I have a really bad track record at finishing projects. I'm really good at starting things, really enthusiastic, but not very good at finishing them. So I don't know what will be happening with that at the moment. You know, I'm still quite keen, and I'd really like to have a baby blanket that I've made. So hopefully I'll get that finished. I've got 6 months, so it should be all right. And I'll try and keep you updated so you can see the progress. Maybe that'll motivate me a bit more. So that's quite a simple design because I'm pretty rubbish at knitting. Any like sort of patterns can't really follow. That one's just like alternating the knit and purl stitches, and there's no like increasing or decreasing and stuff, so I think I should be pretty safe. But we do like want some really cute stuff as well. And Aidan's nan is the knitter. She's like brilliant at knitting, and she does it like really quickly, and she'd probably do it with her eyes closed. She's knitted like a baby shawl for like all of them, and I think she's been like itching because she's been itching for us to make it public to everybody so that she can start with the knitting. So we went to see her yesterday, and I bought a pattern book. I did try knitting the booties myself, which failed, so I figured, you know, I'll give it to her because she can actually make something nice, and it is also nice to have something that Great Nanny's made, and you can keep it and pass it down to the baby when he's grown up and having his own baby, and it'd be really cute. So that would be really nice. And I've picked out a shawl that I like. So we went to the shop yesterday and bought her the wool and everything that she needs to do that. So she's probably made a start on it already. So that's quite exciting, and it's like quite pretty, and it's more of like a more of a design than mine. It's like a lacy pattern in it, so I don't know how you do it, but I'm sure she'll be fine. And it's got like a really nice edging to it as well, so she's going to do that for us. And there's like other stuff. I was getting a bit carried away, like these really cute knitted building blocks. She was like, you have to have the clothes first. Baby needs to be clothed and have a blanket before it has toys. But she's so excited to like make things, so that'll be cool. And I've got another pattern which I forgot to take and put it somewhere, which is a cute little wrap over cardigan, and also a little matching teddy bear, so that'll be adorable too. And then like she said she'd do like a pram blanket as well, so you have like the special shawl, and then she'd do like some other bits and bobs as well, which would be nice. It does like work out quite expensive actually, like the God, I was going to say the recipe and the pattern said for like this baby cashmere wool, but it was like £6 just for a 50-gram ball, and this shawl that we're having is 16 balls, so it was like ridiculous. But we did find like a nice baby soft wool, which was basic. There wasn't a lot of difference in it, so we got that. But even that's like, you know, fairly expensive. And if you go and buy one from like the shop, you can buy like, I don't know, like these what do you call it, like the soft, I don't know, a soft blanket. It's like way cheaper, but it's not the same, is it, as having something that's been handmade and like it's been made especially, and it's, you know, something really special. And we also went to have an initial look at prams. We've narrowed it down to a couple of choices, and I'm still doing some research into that. What I want is one that you can have, like you have the pram frame, so you can have, it'll convert into a pushchair when they're older, but you can also have a carry cot on there, so that when it's a newborn and a very young baby, it can lie down flat, because that's important for them. And it can also have the car seat that clips onto it, so if the baby is asleep in the car, you don't have to disturb it and get it out of the seat. You can just clip the seat out and put it onto the pushchair frame. So they do quite a lot like that, and we've narrowed it down to a couple. So I'm going to do a bit more research, but I think I know the one I want, and we'll go from there. I just need to just clarify a few things about the car seats, because my car's well, it's getting quite old now actually, and Aiden's car's newer, which has the newer cars have the ISOFIX in, where you can attach the car seats or the car seat frame directly to the car chassis, but in my car you can't, so we need one that would be compatible with both. So just need to clarify a few things to make sure we get one that's suitable. So that's been it. So it's quite exciting, and I've made my next appointment for the midwife, which will be on the 16th, so it's 2 weeks. She does like clinics every Friday, so it's 2 weeks. So that's cool. And I think she'll listen to the heartbeat then, which is quite exciting. So that's the next thing. And it's like lots of shorter milestones now, so I think it'll make it go quite quickly. So that's been it for this week. It's been quite a nice week, and as I said, it's gone quite fast. So we'll see what next week brings, and I'll update you then. But please do thumbs up, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.